Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, JaackMaate. Welcome back to the JaackMaate Podcast. I am joined again by the mustard man himself.
That's not sticking.
That is, it's going to be a thing. You're always going to wear that from now on, and you're going to be the mustard man. Although I am from Norwich, so...
Yeah.
Because Coleman's is down there.
I got the reference, yeah.
But less about Coleman's, more about this man here. It's Jack Sullivan. How you doing, Jack? You alright?
I'm good.
Good to have you on, mate. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, tell, because the audience, you're not very, he's got an important job, but he doesn't really face a lot of things, do you? You're a man that does a lot behind the scenes. Tell these like who you are. Tell me who you are.
So like, I'm managing director of the West Ham Ladies.
It's big. You're gonna go.
But like most people know me because obviously, well not obviously, I don't know, but my dad owns West Ham, so I got a following through that. And when I was younger, I've stopped doing it to an extent now, but I used to tweet like transfer news and things like that.
We'll get onto that.
Yeah, okay.
We will get onto that. Obviously, I'm a big West Ham fan, and as you said, this man's dad owns West Ham United, which is fucking mental. How much is your dad worth? We'll go to the elephant in the room.
I don't know. Ask him.
I texted him the other day, and I was like, just for research, is your dad a multi-millionaire or a billionaire? You should put back one word answer. Billionaire. Ah, okay.
But that's only like, because that's in the Times Rich list. That's like what he's under on the Times Rich list.
Right.
But if I ask him, he says he doesn't know. Like,
He doesn't know?
A lot of it is assets and like property and things like that. So it's all like subject to opinion.
Really?
Someone's willing to pay.
Imagine having so much money, you just don't know how much you have. Like, I know how much I've got.
It's to the penny.
Yeah.
I can eat tomorrow.
50 quid. Yeah. What's it like being the son of a, let's say it, billionaire? Do you live like the kind of like mad lifestyle that we would assume you live?
I think it's a difficult one. Like my parents have always tried to bring us up like as normal as possible.
Yeah.
But then it comes to a scenario like where you give a footballer like 100 grand a week or something like that, and it just sort of like blows it all out of like the water.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one. Like I used to train every day, like to get to work. I like we
Do
have
you sit in
McDonald's.
first class?
What, when we go on holiday?
When you go on the train, are you first class?
No.
You just get a standard ticket?
It's not first class on a tube.
No, he's
To
not on
get
about
to
the
Stratford, yeah, I go to Stratford every day, Fading Boys.
Oh, okay.
Central
Oh,
line.
right, so you're just on the underground. Oh, okay. See, because I live in Norwich, so to travel, there's a first class option there. All you get is a sandwich and a lamp. No, you don't even get a sandwich, you just get a hot chocolate.
Horse and carriage, is it?
Yeah. So you're a humble lad.
Well, like, these difficult questions because I sound like a dickhead, like, whatever I say, but...
No, you're alright.
But yeah, like, I like to think ourselves are pretty normal, but, like, obviously we do, like, extravagant things, so, like, we'll go to United, but we'll go by jet to United.
Okay.
But at the same time, before we go to United, I'll get a breakfast wrap from McDonald's to take with me on the plane.
Right, fair.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that makes any sense. So you've met me a few times. Like, I'd like to think that I'm pretty.
Yeah, you're a normal lad.
Yeah, and I remember
Normal lad,
we
bit scummy. Yeah, so it's good.
we did some filming with you before. I think you mentioned that you worked at the lower ends of West Ham. You had a little time in different divisions for West Ham, so you kind of weren't just.
No.
You had to do all the like.
No, of course. I worked in the I forget what it's called, where they put all like the stock.
The stock room.
Possibly. The warehouse. Warehouse.
Oh
Yeah.
I'm normal. I forget what it's called though. For all the little ratties and people, we pay them in peanuts. Peanut dust.
So I mean, can you get me in trouble? No, but yeah, I worked in there for like 3 days over Christmas because like we had Black Friday coming up. That's like a big day in the West Ham calendar. That is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to move all the onesies and all the.
Did you
I
enjoy it?
think I had to move 30,000. Not just me. It was quite a big team of like slippers.
Did you?
Yeah.
That wasn't exactly slippers.
West
I
Ham
thought you
slippers.
said key rings.
No.
Probably a box.
No, West Ham slippers. Yeah. I did enjoy it actually.
Did you?
Felt quite good towards the end.
Only
you've
done 3 days though.
Yeah, 3 days, and then I went somewhere else. I think I was in the shop for 3 days after that, and then I went to
Manchester
Academy. Then I went on Academy, and then like everywhere like that.
Okay, that's good. Like, 'cause you've obviously got an older brother.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do all...
Yeah.
Here we go. He doesn't really do all that, does he?
Well, Dave, to be fair, worked with me one day in the warehouse.
Really?
But yeah, like Dave's a bit. Dave's
how many slippers did he move?
Yeah,
He didn't touch them.
puts me in trouble.
Only
Get me in
loafers
trouble.
for me.
Clever.
Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. Not only with everyone at West Ham, not only with all the fans, but with my family.
Family as well. Yeah.
You're going to have no one.
No home to go to. Yeah. He's going to be calling them on Sunday. We're on the jet.
Well, we'll get you a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
Dave's different one, but Dave's similar to me. Like we are both like pretty normal. Like I like to think anyway. Like it's difficult. I've said like about 50 times there. It's difficult because you live like a life and then you live like a different life. So it's trying to like weigh them both up. But I like to think I'm quite grounded.
So you're like Hannah Montana in a way. Like you've got that approach.
Yeah, but I think you seem more geared towards the football side, the family business.
Yeah.
Than your brother. Is that right?
David, to be fair to him, when he was a lot younger, like, and David still is, he's incredible, like, football scout. So you've got to stop saying like.
You are from Essex, so it's forgiven.
But yeah, no. David used to scout like loads and loads of players, and then you see the list that he produced 5 years ago and where they've all become now. So
would that just be him sitting on Football Manager? Just
no,
like,
that would be him. Like used to watch like loads and loads of foreign football and loads of different players and everything. Like he had some long list, and all of them are now Champions League clubs. And at the time, you could have got for like 6-7 million.
Did he scout Zaha?
Who?
Zaza.
Zaza.
No, fucking that drink bombed in it. Maybe I can mould into that door.
Be invisible.
No, because who was it? A couple of years ago, I think he was at the club by then. West Ham were actually linked to Neymar, weren't they, before he went to...
Yeah, it's a good story.
Go on.
It's a very good story.
Well, you're in the right place.
I know.
Tell us.
So, Dad, one day, well, it wasn't really Dad. We had Avram at the time, yeah? Avram gone.
Yeah.
And Avram gone, and Roman Abramovich, they're quite close. I think they still are. I don't really know, but I think they still are.
Yeah.
And when they were trying to conclude the Neymar deal, Dad, Avram, and
Roman.
Dad, Avram, and Neymar's dad all went on a jet to Roman's super yacht. Yeah. Yeah. To like conclude the deal and like figure everything out. But Avram was late. Yeah. So he didn't get to go on the boat, but it's still quite a good story. And then
swimming after.
No, so in the end they didn't go on a boat because Roman went back to his house. So they met at his house. And Roman's pool was made out of like mineral water, like Evian, like mad.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And Dad was like, "Oh, can I have a look round?" He was like, "Yeah," because that's typical Dad. Like, he's quite likes it.
Just got to start up local takeaways. Yeah, we'll serve that to the guests. Save where we can. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So yeah, it's not.
So if Avram
not as good as the story that
you
were expecting.
That's impressive.
Decent story.
If Avram,
but Dad's gutted, like he never got to go on the like boat. But it's still like quite a good story.
Like, I know the boat's cool, but I want to know about Neymar.
Yeah.
Like, so if your dad, who was late to the fucking boat? Was it your dad?
Avram was Avram.
Right, so if
Dad's never late.
Right, okay. So if Avram had turned up on time...
Yeah, I think there's a problem with his passport. No, we wouldn't have had Neymar. I can, like, confirm that. Okay. There was a problem. It broke down because...
Neymar's dad just wanted 222 million then. I was like, you're mental.
That's never going to happen. And he was like, you watch it?
And he just walked off and went black and white. Until next time. Yeah, so it was never going to happen.
No, so I think Santos wanted 30 million quid.
Right.
And at the time, 30 million quid was like, what, 30 million quid? But now it's like 30 million quid.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time they wanted 30 million quid and Chelsea only bid 25 and they wouldn't budge. So what was going to happen was he was like 18 at the time. Right. So he would have come on loan to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So because if your dad's rocked up and Roman Abramovich has rocked up, Is that how it usually works? Two like chairmans of two different clubs fighting in the same room, not physically fighting.
No, like it's difficult. It's normally like a middleman, which is normally an agent, and like it's very rare you get to speak to a chairman, which I think's like wrong.
Yeah.
We speak to Steve Parish now as a family.
Is he the Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace, yeah. So.
But he speaks to anyone, don't he? He's all over YouTube. He's all over the blogs. Steve, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, because I tweeted about you coming on, and there was like loads of tweets going, I bet it's fucking Steve Parish. Like, he just gets about, apparently. But, yeah, I don't know if that's true. But anyway, yeah, carry on. So what you think that your dad should be more...
No, it's not my dad. It's like, it's difficult because what can happen, and what we found with Steve Parish, so basically it was bad shy at the time.
Right.
And then obviously Chelsea came in, but...
I'm
going to get myself in so much trouble.
Were West Ham close to signing him?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Yeah, we'll get him in.
So what happened? So Steve Parish was like, David, are you interested in Batshuayi?
Right.
Instead of an agent going, oh, West Ham are interested, this person's interested.
Yeah.
When like two of the clubs or all three of the clubs are like, it's complete rubbish.
Yeah.
So he phoned up and obviously Dad was like, yeah, but it's an instance where, and since then they've been able to do deals together.
Yeah.
And it does happen sometimes, like the Cresswell deal. I remember Dad just had a phone call from the Ipswich chairman, and they just agreed everything, and it went like that. But sometimes it can go backwards and forwards, back and forwards.
That's probably quite the old school way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best way to do it, I think. And I think it's a shame that, like...
The agents are, like, ruining it a little bit, aren't they?
They're not ruining it, but, like...
Taking the piss.
They've become... Like, they make fortunes.
Leeches.
I have to say.
Leeches.
Yeah,
but sometimes you can see, because if they do a really good deal for the club and the player, then you don't mind, but sometimes they don't. And then I can't name names.
No. So how'd Zaza come about?
Zaza. I said Zaza wouldn't work as well. I'd like to say that.
You said it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Dad got drunk.
Dad don't drink, so that never happens.
He ordered the kebab, Zaza came with
it. Oh, imagine being poor lad.
No, so what you said to your dad, look, don't get him. Look at the way he takes fucking penalties. It's mental.
He's Flintstoning it. Oh, get him out.
Yeah, and what your dad went, look.
No, the thing is like obviously options were running out at the time. Oh, I'm just making it sound so bad. I'll get myself excited.
No, you're all right.
That's all right. So options run out. Everyone knows. Like we tried this, tried that, and then obviously a lot didn't work out, which was hard at the time. But hopefully this summer we've redeemed ourselves to an extent.
Oh, definitely.
Options run out, and he became like available.
Yeah.
And obviously the manager was like, look, we need a striker ideally, and Dad was like, yeah, we do. Everyone was saying, yeah, he's a decent enough player, he'll be all right.
Just thinking predicting text, it's like, Son read ha. It just went to his house. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, fuck, no, yeah, I meant that. I was like, oh, shit.
To be fair, I will...
But he's done all right in Valencia. If you look at his record in Valencia...
It's his style of play, isn't it? He suits the Italian
I don't know, it's difficult. The thing with Zaza is I always thought, apart from Crystal Palace, I was in Crystal Palace away, and I went, this man is unreal today. He's coming right for us. I've got it.
What did he have? He had a good game? Or?
He just had a good game. Was like charging people down. I think he got in a fight with James Tompkins though.
Did he?
Like they not a proper fight, but like
a little bit.
You could see when he came off.
Yeah.
Tompkins like walked over to him and like said something in his ear. So I was like, yes, that's what I like.
Right.
And then yeah.
So when talking about the James Tompkins thing, obviously, when players leave the club, do you then have like a bit of a distaste for them, or like how does that work? It
obviously depends how they leave. Like James, was a great servant to the club and was a great player and like great memories, and obviously came through the academy, which is perfect. But sometimes opportunities come up where either the money's too good, or we think it's best for the player to go, or the player thinks it's best for him to go. And you don't mind, like I think there's a way about doing it. Like Lukaku, you saw, he clearly wasn't going to stay at Everton, but he did it in a best way where he stayed there and then left in the summer.
Yeah.
I think that's what we all hope with Payet, that Payet would be like, instead of going, I'm leaving.
With Payet though, because obviously when he left, a lot of West Ham fans hated him, and many still do. and I was very much at the forefront of that hate train. But
burning shirts and all.
Yeah, but what I will say is, to be fair to him, he did that season and was quality. And after the Euros, he came away. He's probably in the top 10 players in the world at one point. It was mad. But he was then probably promised the world. We've got a new stadium. We're going to get this in. We're going to get that in. And to be fair to him, he stayed.
I don't think that's why he's left though.
Because I would have thought maybe, because there was rumours going around, we're getting Lacazette. He's playing in the Euros. He's with Lacazette. He's chilling. He comes back. Zaza's sitting there doing whatever he's doing. Gökhan Tor.
He's the hate train.
There. Do you know what I mean? Zaza, Gökhan Tor. You got these. Even Nordveit.
Nordveit's not bad. He's gone to Champions League side.
But
Hoffenheim.
Dimitri's probably looking around going,
I want to know what Jack's opinion is of why Payet left, because I think he knows more.
oh.
No, I think Payet.
His dad owns the club, so it's not cussing you up.
Yeah.
No, I think Payet left because obviously he wasn't happy at the club. I think.
It's a very media answer, isn't it?
Yeah, so I told you. What did I say? I said I'm going to put on my media face today. Can't say anything. You have a different conversation.
Show me your media face.
Gotta be like.
The cameras are
Gotta
off.
be like.
We format these up.
No, it's actually worse than the cameras. If you know you've got cameras pointing at you, I think if you've just got a microphone, you're a bit like,
Yeah, you say
anything. But no, I think that was the biggest problem with it, is he wanted to go to one club and one club only.
Yeah.
And when someone's like that, it's very difficult for them to say, because maybe we would have got more money if we said, look, Payet's free to go. But he said he wouldn't go anywhere apart from Marseille. So it's so difficult when they want to go to one club that they're homesick. It puts him in a hard position, but what I would have preferred he did was said, look, I'll stay till the end of the season.
Yeah.
We'll keep this all under wraps.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, because it was January, so,
yeah.
and 14 more games or 15, 16 more games. And if he just said, like, until the end of the season, and then I'll go.
But then what if he had a really shit season, then Marseille went, actually, no, you're all right. Then he's fucked.
Look, I can see, I think there was a way around it. I think the way he acted, they always fake back injuries. It's like a classic thing they fake.
Oh, right.
So it's like a classic, like, you
was
can't...
Bilic fuming?
Yeah, you saw the press conference.
Yeah.
Completely out of, like, no one knew he was doing that either, and you're like, well...
Wow.
I know Max, well, obviously I work with Max, and I text Max after, like, oh...
Who's Max?
He's head of media, so, like, if you ever see Bilic doing a press conference, Max will be there.
Right, okay.
Like, just sitting there, like...
Yeah.
And if there's any questions, he'll be like, no, don't ask that.
Okay.
And we'll give him a nudge, or, like...
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, oh, well...
That's just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. But to be fair, I can see Bilic was frustrated, and everyone you spoke to said, like, you've got to let the player go. And I never thought it. And at the start, I was like, we can't let him go. I'll just keep him.
Did you ever meet him?
Payet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Course. He was decent enough, but I speak to players now, and they said, like, it's a bit of a different environment when I go and when the players go. Or because the players are, like, a lot more involved than when we go.
Does he feel like, because your dad owns it, are you kind of like that sort of guy at school who, you know, there was always that one kid whose dad was a teacher? So
you'd be a bit careful.
That was me. My mum was a teacher.
Was she?
I was that kid. Yeah.
Oh, you're both kid. Kind of them sort of like snidey ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and if anything happens, off I go tell mum.
Yeah.
I bet he's done that.
Yeah.
So
you're not gonna let me play football, are you?
So if you
my mum's on duty.
So if you walked into the canteen and saw Payet sort of like having a rollie or something, would he be like, oh, fuck, Jack's over there, like that little, do you know what I mean, like that little shit's over there.
Doing a loon.
Would you be running off like that on your heels?
No, it's difficult. We actually had a meal with 4 of the players. Like, we bought it at the last Player Awards. And a meal, like, it was a meal to have.
Who were the players?
With 4 of the players. Well, I
actually...
So it was Obiang,
yeah.
Lanzini, Andy Carroll, Mark Noble.
Oh, good shout.
And then
Carroll.
Old Bonner turned up as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
No, but it was good. Like, and honestly, it was actually a laugh. Like, because it was a completely different environment.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when we go, or like I go, but I go more of a work side.
Yeah.
So like, if retail ever need anything signed, if media ever need anything signed, because they know if I'm there, the players will be a bit more like got to sign it.
Right. Yeah.
So when I was doing my work experience, I used to go and food at the training ground is like unreal.
Is it?
You want to be there for lunch.
So no snack wraps from McDonald's or anything like that?
Every opportunity I was like, yes, I'll go to the training ground.
Really?
So yeah, lunch is good there. But yeah, no, I think, so it's a bit of a different environment. When we actually had the meal with them, it was a bit of a it was a completely different environment. It was like 3-course meal and yeah, we just like spoke like normal. So it was good and it was a bit different.
I wanted to get back to your role now.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people have been very supportive, a lot of people have been questioning it. Do you think it's fair, the kind of questions people are asking, like, are you qualified to be
I'm a massive believer in like actions speak louder than words. Like anyone can say whatever they want.
So just to go back, what is your role?
I've become manager director of the ladies.
Yeah.
The manager's already in place before I came. I think he's probably the best coach in the division. Very, very good manager. Like, he came from the academy, so he's got all that pedigree. And he believes in the role, believes in solely what he does. And
you're like above him, pulling the strings, are you?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, you could essentially get rid of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose, but I don't think it'd be it would be my choice, but I'll speak to a few others.
You'd put it to the board or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do you do day to day?
So day to day at the moment,
doing shit like this.
Slippers.
Very heavily at the moment is sponsorship.
Okay.
And I've done it. I've got my money in. Always looking for more money.
Who were the sponsor?
Was it AQA by any chance?
What?
This is sponsored by AQA.
Oh, AQA, if you want to sponsor me, I'll send you my email. Go via Jack.
Actually,
this is any companies want to sponsor me. Well, not me actually. I don't want to say me. Any companies want to sponsor the West Ham? Can you edit this out?
Go on.
If any companies want to sponsor West Ham ladies, message Jack. He'll put you in touch.
Yeah, and I do take a cut. Quite a big cut.
Very small cut.
So day to day.
So day to day sponsorship. We've got a brand called Rich Energy on board.
Okay, write them down.
Yeah, Rich Energy. I have to say, the coolest brand alive.
Right.
And why are they the coolest brand alive?
Yeah.
They feel like they pay you or something.
No.
Are you in charge of what they get paid?
Yeah, I suppose to an extent. Yeah.
How do you know about all that? Because if I randomly I'm not saying it's random, but if I got a job doing that, it would be random for me. I wouldn't know what to pay them.
Yeah, no, I've got this woman called Karen Ray, and she's like ex-England, ex-Arsenal, and she's become general manager of the West Ham ladies.
She's just a point of reference, a well-paid woman footballer. Obviously, everyone knows about Neymar's ridiculous wage.
Yeah.
What's Neymar on a week?
€500.
500 and tax after tax.
Yeah.
$500,000.
Yeah.
After tax.
Yeah.
So
like, what would the best? I mean, you might not know, but what we're looking at for the best paid female?
I think at the top level, I think maybe wrong, but it's about $5,000 a week.
That is crazy, isn't it?
Which, to be fair, is still a nice living. If you're on $5,000
a
week,
it totally is.
It's fantastic.
If you're comparing it to what I do, then they're making a killing.
Yeah.
Because I make fuck all, but compared to Neymar.
But I mean, obviously, women's football is very up and coming.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things with it where, and this is what I'm trying to do, and what I hope to do with West Ham is, what you try and do is, you get support. Like, I went to my first game, which was West Ham Tottenham. And I was actually so surprised how good the level was.
Yeah. I've just been watching the Euros, and
the final was good.
Mental.
And I do think it's getting that people educated and people there.
Yeah. It's getting an interest in it. It's just.
I think it's what we're going to try and do next year is our first. I'll say it. It's not been released yet, but by the time this is released, it'll be fine. We're going to play at the community track, the community track opposite the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get people from one game to another.
Right, okay.
As much as we can.
So when the men's team finish?
When the men's team finish, or when the men's team are kicking off on that day will kick off 2 hours earlier.
Right, okay.
Or 3 hours earlier.
So you can watch that.
So you can watch that and then go on.
Yeah. Make more of that.
Or and I think it's one of those things when the men's team are away, that it's having that mindset where the men's are away, let's go watch the women's.
Yeah.
So we're doing free for all season ticket holders, free for all Claret members, just to try and drive attendance and drive that feel good like factor, and that's what it is like. And the girls are so appreciative, and the girls are so like, they just love everything.
I read online as well, because you're not taking a wage, obviously, from doing it. Well, it says online you're not taking a wage. Not. So I mean, because if that's your job, your full-time job, if you're not taking a wage, like I know obviously Dad's a billionaire. What's the situation there? Like, do you just have a set amount you have at your disposal?
How do you get your money?
My money.
Yeah.
So what happens is Dad gives me X amount a month.
Yeah.
To spend basically,
right.
Or not to spend, but I can either save it or it's like pocket money.
Yeah. Will that always be the case, or?
Well, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like it depends like how everything goes, isn't it? So
have you got to be very proactive to get that money? Like if you just said to your dad tomorrow, like, fuck it, I'm not doing the ladies team, I'm just going to chill in bed, like I'm just going to watch
the JaackMaate Podcast.
The JaackMaate Podcast, I'm going to do that every day.
Shit.
Yeah. Cheers, Jack.
That mug Jack Sullivan's on it this week. I hate him.
Going to be on like just watching Netflix all day.
Yeah.
Would he still give you that money, or would he go, you're being a bit of a lazy prick?
I think he's quite relaxed with me and Dave.
Oh, obviously the next question from that is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I
I didn't ask it, but someone said here, how much do you actually get? Like, does he give you a lot of money?
Is this we live now?
Yeah, we're recording now. Yeah,
we're recording.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you asked that question half an hour in. We on? We've been. Oh, okay.
He gives me a fair amount, to be fair.
Is it like more than I earn a month? It won't be hard.
No, I actually don't think. It's a difficult one.
$4,000.
No, it's less.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You say okay as if that's
but that's still a bit amazing. Yeah. Imagine it. $2,000.
I can't believe we're asking this.
It's a great game.
If he goes on any other podcast, they're going to be very professional.
Yeah,
we're like, no, how much do you get? Like,
you don't have to say, but okay, that's kind of giving a bit more context though. It's interesting.
$2,000.
It's difficult.
Is it?
I don't know how difficult it is, Jack. It's difficult being me.
Yeah, you get direct debit every month. How much is that figure?
That's right. Well,
does he send it by cheque or just straight into your bank?
Send it by cheque.
Okay.
How personal is that? Your dad,
like by owl.
Walk to the post office and cash it
in. No, so do you travel a lot with your dad?
Yeah, my dad don't really like holidays.
Does he not?
He's big on not liking holidays.
Right.
The best thing about holidays when he gets home.
Really?
Yeah, he misses like his home comforts.
Yeah.
But my mum loves to travel.
Okay.
And me and Dave obviously love to travel.
Yeah. Where's the best place you've been?
Best place I've been. I went on safari.
Did you?
With my mum.
Okay. Where was that?
In South Africa.
Oh, nice.
And I have to say, like, it was possibly one of the best places I've been.
Really?
What was the best animal you saw? Interview.
Good question.
What was the best animal?
I saw like 6 wild dogs kill like a antelope.
Dogs?
Really?
Yeah, mad.
Okay,
right in front of me.
Dogs. At a safari. Are they wild? Oh no, because safari is a wild thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking zoo. You're saying safari. In my head, I'm thinking zoo.
Think Thornberrys.
Wild Thornberrys?
Yeah.
Was he there? Nigel? You're too young. Don't worry about it. What kids shows do you watch?
Zack and Cody was my time.
Was it?
Yeah.
This is the sweet life.
And then I used to stay up late. You know, like back in the day.
Did you? It was on
used
at 4
to watch
p.m.
Renford Rejects, you know, all that. Was that you? No, probably not.
No.
Renford Rejects?
I was Wild Thornberrys, Rugrats. My Parents Are Aliens. Did you ever get on that?
No. Genie in the House? No. See?
Tom and Jerry? Laurel and Hardy?
SpongeBob? Must have watched SpongeBob.
I was never big on that.
No?
Are you not big
I
on
found him a
SpongeBob?
bit cocky.
Patrick, mate.
Sponge.
Yeah, bit arrogant. Yeah.
No one else is dressed.
Didn't make any sense. But no, it was good. It was good. What were we talking about? Safari. Safari. Yeah, any giraffes there?
And yeah, of course. I had an elephant charge me.
You had an elephant what, you?
Like, Charles, like.
Charge it?
We're in a
How
car.
much?
That's actually such my humour, though. That's my humour.
You can come back.
That's why I watch Stephen
Probably more where that comes from. Plenty more. On here, if it says, who put that on there? Can you just ask your dad for 100 grand?
Is that a Twitter? Is this a Twitter question?
No, this is what I wrote this.
Okay.
I'm just intrigued.
What, me personally?
If you just called him up now and went, Dave, well, you call him Dad.
Dave-o.
I need 100 grand.
Call him boss.
Yeah, oi, boss man, 100k now, 100 bags.
Nah.
He wouldn't give it to you.
Nah.
What if you had a reason? What if you went, my mate Jack's done a sick podcast, but he just needs some funding. What would he do?
You remember when we met for Sporf? Or not Sporf?
Yeah.
Whatever it was about.
Yeah, 180.
180.
It was 1080.
1080. I changed it to 180.
Yeah.
180 was better. I used to spill some more on it.
We can just cut to that. Bring it up.
Slow man. Yeah, because I made a company once called 1080 Football.
I was involved in it.
And I know you were, and you was going to be...
That went in flames.
Well, went Sporf.
Yeah, you were going to be an investor in that.
When was Sporf?
Huh?
Why Sporf all died all of a sudden? I doubt you'll know, but...
Easy.
No, but like, you know they had the whole story?
Yeah, because I left
Sporf.
And they thought they would wait until the upcoming season to rebrand, so apparently it's going to come back in a big way. But
we'll leave
I like Will.
Will's a good guy. Will's a good guy, but we're very much separate.
I know, but I like to talk about sport, put you in a bit of an awkward position.
Yeah, you're trying to get... Well, it's fine with me.
It's not awkward, it's just irrelevant.
I'm not bothered. Bring up Dapper laughs in a minute.
He's in the videos. What's the worst place you've ever been to?
Worst place I've ever been to?
Apart from White Hart Lane.
I'd also like to mention, I went to Sardinia as well.
Did you?
And I love Sardinia.
I've been there.
Yeah, lovely. I went to like this hotel called Carla de Volpe.
Nice.
Say again?
Carla de Volpe.
That's silent.
But yeah, no, I loved it there. So,
What was Birmingham like?
Birmingham?
Used to be in... Your dad used to own that?
And no one ever asked me any questions on Birmingham, so...
Really? Not?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So when because you were at Birmingham, weren't you?
17 years my dad was at Birmingham.
Did you support Birmingham when you owned Birmingham? Did you support...
Yeah.
Have you always been a West Ham fan, or you owned Birmingham?
No, the thing with it is, and it's hard, like, I didn't really get into football until I was 8, 9 maybe. It was the World Cup in Germany, whenever that was.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 2006 actually, so I might be lying to you.
Right.
But whenever the World Cup in Germany was, and then that's when I started to get into it, but it took like maybe another year until I went to Birmingham home and away.
And you was a very big Birmingham fan.
And I was a Birmingham fan. Like you go to Cardiff away on a Tuesday, like you're gonna become can have some attachment. But I remember going to West Ham for the first time on an away game, and I did think like, wow, at Upson Park, I went, wow, like this is quality here. Yeah. And then it was difficult, but I always say now, if Dad ever sold West Ham, which is not in his interest at all, but if he ever did, I think I would stay with West Ham now.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where as you get older, and you're now like old enough to know what's going on.
You would look a bit of a wanker if suddenly you were like, oh, Yeovil are fucking brilliant, Yeovil.
Dad's got Yeovil.
Also,
little side project.
My West Ham, my Twitter name is J Sullivan WHU.
Yeah.
So
let's start again, mate.
J Sullivan
Yeovil.
Rank. Oh well. But yeah, no. So, because I think these are very much like decisive years of your life. Like you're 17, so 15, 16, 17, 18. That was really when my love for football. Well, I already enjoyed football, but
mate, I went to Billericay on Tuesday.
On West Ham lost.
Yeah, if I wasn't die hard, I wouldn't be going to Billericay.
Yeah.
It's not. It's alright.
Kind of your job though.
It's not my job.
It's true. It's not his job, no.
Oh yeah, I guess.
It wasn't even the first team either.
Wasn't it?
Under 23s. Went to Barnet, Colchester.
Why bother?
How do you get to there? How do you travel there?
We drive. I find it hard this is something I do find hard because obviously I see it, but it's not even a question. But I find it hard when people say like you're not a real fan, you don't care about the football club.
If it's your literally 24/7, that is what you do.
And I see Dad, and I see him like work so hard. He works harder than anyone else I know, and I think that's why.
He's a billionaire.
People, and people say to me
themselves, he wouldn't be a billionaire.
People say to me like, your work ethic's incredible, to me, and I always had it at school. I have it now. As I said to you, I was replying to emails like 2:00 last night. But I think it's because
you were hungover, didn't you?
Oh, he was at a party to propose.
I was at a party,
I'm there,
still
Karen.
business minded.
I had the rum in the
Oi,
middle.
Brady, chill out. I'm having a Foster's shandy.
Apple Tizer. Rich energy.
Yeah, look, I'm having a rich engine vodka. Promo.
Oh, dear me.
Yeah, no, best energy drink on the market though, all seriousness.
Yeah.
And you weren't drinking
Yeah.
because you're 17, so you weren't drinking.
Yeah, no.
I want to ask you about you, as you mentioned at the start, you have a little bit of like notoriety online. You've got built up quite a little bit of a following.
I'm trying to build up my Instagram as well, so if you want to follow me on that,
what is your Instagram?
Much helpful. Same as my Twitter, JSullivan.HU.
Okay.
So follow
rich
me on
energy
both.
pictures of rich energy. Bloody love this.
You're going to get me in so much
No,
trouble.
I actually want one.
They're going to rip it up, rip out the contract.
No, so why did you get a little bit of hate on Twitter?
I think the thing with Twitter, it's the thing with Twitter, and I've actually learned to become like so resilient to it. Like I think anyone, and I always say anyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Like if anyone wants an opinion, they've got an opinion. That's fine. And everyone's opinion, I think, matters.
But why were so many opinions negative towards you?
I think because they see it as a way to my dad, firstly.
Okay.
Which to an extent it is.
Is it though? Because if
I get a lot of oh no. If I get a lot of trouble, if I get a lot of things on Twitter. So, for example, if there's a lot of things on Twitter and it's a problem that we can easily solve, or it's a problem that we can solve, then it's a way of sending it to my father. So we've had people who's had cancer and we've given them money through Twitter, and I've seen it come up on my Twitter. I think there was a guy that tweeted me yesterday, which is really, really sad, and he's got terminal cancer. And he said he wants, at his funeral, he's already planned all of his funeral and everything. And he wants an audio of West Ham fans singing Bubbles.
Oh, that's
and I
sad.
said, like, we must have that somewhere.
Yeah.
And obviously I don't have to go through him anymore. When I was younger, I had to go through him because I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
But now I obviously know the people to go through to. But yeah, so I said, let's do that. And then,
obviously
so it's the hate is hard.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it does get me down, but I've built up a resilience to it. Like, I'm all of these people now, and I'm not sure if it's through the Twitter or just my mindset in general, but I'm one of these people where it's not, let's cry about what's happened. Let's think about how we can solve it and move forward.
Sure.
I say this to, like, everyone. Like, it's one of those things where that's happened. Like, you cry about that for a month. Like, it's happened.
And get over it.
Let's get, like, the next, as soon as it's happened, how can we solve it? How can we go and solve the problem?
So obviously those nice things, like your dad would never like hear about those things. If
he
it
may
wasn't for
hear
you.
about it because people email him anyway, but sometimes it is things that have come through Twitter and through me.
But what about like stuff that happens on the pitch? So is there like a trickle through effect? Like, so now everybody is very much against, and I'm not saying my opinion, but everyone's very much against Snodgrass at the moment, and everyone's like, get him out, his shit, blah blah blah, and that's the majority of West Ham Twitter at the moment. So if that comes through, you obviously see those tweets. You have your own opinion, but obviously it's say I thought Zaza was good, right? I maybe I don't watch enough games, or I don't know what I'm looking at, right?
That's what I find hard. I find it hard when people don't watch games.
And then they comment on it. So
yeah.
If I have my opinion,
that's my big. I'll be honest with Hammer and Talk.
Yeah.
I think he's actually not a bad bloke.
Yeah.
I think he swears like a lot, and I think he puts his heart on his sleeve, and very West Ham, and he's great. Like, I think that's what the club is. It's very. But I find it hard when he's not got a season ticket.
Has he not? I thought
No,
he did.
he's just got one this year.
Right.
And I find it hard when he's not got a season ticket and he's saying about the London Stadium and how it's this, that and the other, how we're doing this, that and the other wrong.
Yeah.
And look, I think he's a nice bloke and got nothing wrong with him. And now his opinion becomes more important.
More valid because you're there.
For me.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just my own thing.
Right.
Because I think if someone goes home and away and they go like all the time and they spend thousands of pounds, and if you want to go home and away, it is thousands of pounds, and not thousands of pounds, it's the hours as well.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Burnley,
yeah.
I was speaking to a friend last night. He's a massive Chelsea fan, and he missed 2 games all last season, home and away. And he said one day he woke up Burnley was 12 o'clock kickoff, woke up at 4:30 in the morning, got thingy there, got to St Pancras, and then went to Burnley. I think if you do that, like...
That's commitment. That makes your opinion a bit more validated because you've been there.
Credit to you, like, amazing support.
Yeah. So what I was...
But the thing with Snodgrass, it's the manager.
Mm.
It's what the manager thinks. It's the manager's team.
But then
and that's what Dad always makes.
Does that not trickle through? So you've seen online, everyone's hating Snodgrass. Yeah. You might agree, you might not agree, whatever. Would you then go to your dad, if you said to your dad, look, Dad, everyone's hating him, like everyone knows he's shit or thinks he's shit, would your dad then go, come on, Billich?
I think it's one of those things where, and we've always said it, like, firstly, we all have eyes.
Mm.
So if a player's not performing, we all have eyes. Like, we're not, like, on the moon.
Yeah.
We go to every game.
Yeah.
So to say, like, when someone tweets me, this player's not played well, like, we are all fully aware. And obviously with football, like, a lot of it's opinions. Mm. So sometimes you think a player's played well, sometimes someone's not, but sometimes people do play dire and for quite a long time. Dad is very, very set on, and I think a lot of teams are as well, this is the manager's team. If you let the manager do what he wants, then he can't say, well, you meddled, that's why we failed.
Yeah.
I remember QPR, they used to, which I think's a bit crazy, but they used to have a telephone that was linked to the dugout, and they'd phone up during the game and say, sub this player on, sub this player off.
Wow.
Which is mad.
The manager would have got pissed off for that, I can imagine.
It's difficult, like, yeah, and then it's on the manager's head if he doesn't perform.
Even though they're the ones on the other end of the phone going.
And if the manager does perform, he gets a lot of credit as well. So it's both ends of the scale, really.
It's just the fairest way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you look at some of the players that other teams have signed, and sometimes they're there for the manager and not the owner and the.
Like Newcastle, if anyone's signing for Rafa, they're not signing for Mike Ashley.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I've got some Twitter questions now, Jack. We tweeted that the son of a chairman was coming on, but we didn't tweet who it was. So these are very broad questions, but we've got one here from Cornish. This is kind of just what we were talking about, so we'll keep this one short and sweet. But Cornish2603 says, does the fans' opinions actually matter to you?
Yeah, like, as I said, like, it's massive. Like, fan opinion, everything with the fans. Like, I always think what that club is makes that club special. West Ham is massive for that. You get other clubs where it's, I won't name names, but there's clubs where it's a bit like who are you? Like,
what's your identity?
You're nothing.
Yeah.
But West.
You're nothing.
Like,
who are you? You're nothing.
You're bacteria. You're pond scum. Name names.
And fan opinion does matter. With the stadium, we've got the SAB, which is where 20 random fans from around the ground all come in and they all say their problems. We also have the social media one as well, where all the big social medias come in.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So Hammer and Talk, he'll be right at the front.
Hammer Talk. No, he doesn't go.
He can't, because now you've got a season ticket, you might be able to. Jay, I think is his name Jay?
Jay, yeah.
Jay,
I think so.
Jay. We've got, are you going to read some, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, mate.
You can't read.
Yeah, I can, man.
Go on, try it. Try that bottom one.
Yeah?
Try that one.
What is...
No, read out who asked it, Tom.
Okay, sorry. Sam Collard, 17.
Okay, so now he's buzzed. Engagement's going to go up. This is how you do it.
You all right, Sam? Rich energy, Sam, if you're feeling blue.
Oh,
what is the process of a player transfer like? Can it be done quickly, or is it months of negotiation?
So, Masuaku, he was done in 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, from the moment you found out about him to the moment he signed?
Not the moment we found out about him, but the moment like where it was a bit longer. It's 48 hours, but he flew over within 24 hours. Okay. So from where we started interaction with Olympiacos, he got a flight at 7 o'clock.
Is it just because they went, this is how much we want? You went, yeah, we'll pay that much. Done. Is that what it is?
Juggle a laptop.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Or like?
It's sometimes like a bit different. Like obviously towards the end of the window, everything becomes a lot more. We can't negotiate anymore. There's deadline day is a good example. We can't negotiate anymore. That's why you see so many deals kicked over on deadline day.
Yeah.
Because it's like we cannot do it anymore. We need this player. Pay it.
Yeah.
Where at the start of the window, sometimes you can argue about money. I remember going to this thing called what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but the Napoli chairman was there and Karen spoke as well. And the Napoli chairman, he said it took 1.5 years to get Higuain to Napoli at the first time.
Wow.
Because he couldn't buy his imaging rights. Obviously, it's not as extreme as that, but sometimes with us, it has dragged on.
Yeah.
And sometimes the manager wants a player and it's not feasible 1 year, but then he gets it the next year.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can argue about money for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Right. Okay.
Nozza 89. It says transfer deadline day. What is that a big Is that a big day for you? Or like?
Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can't be. Tottenham is always a big day. Like I'd love to be flying all to Tottenham.
Why is it always such a big day? Is it because that Daniel Levy's just like he likes leaving it to the last moment?
I don't know.
He likes a bit of a cliffhanger.
Tottenham always seem to do big business on the last day. They always seem to.
Is that what they're doing this year then? Do you think? Is there
I don't know. I think
brewing?
I think they'll end up with Barkley. If I'm honest.
Really? That's your prediction?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I was a betting man,
yeah,
it only makes sense that Sigurdsson goes one way, Barkley goes to Tottenham.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. Jack Bora, 76, says, do you think football as a whole will go into a crisis if something isn't done about the rapidly increasing wages and fees of footballers? Obviously, Neymar's just gone for 220 million euros. Is that just going to keep going?
I think
mental?
It's a difficult one because like PSG, they're obviously owned by, I don't even know who they're owned by, but there's talk that like heavily linked with Qatar.
Yeah.
So with financial fair play, it's so hard to put anything on it. And if you do put anything on it, it's got to be to the world. It can't be to England because then it just kills England. Like if one day you say, oh, the maximum anyone's allowed to be on is 300 grand a week, then all the good players then won't come to England. And at the moment, we're at the forefront to an extent we have the most money to spend on transfers, we have the most wages to spend.
Right.
Obviously, there's exceptions, but
that's why players went to Monaco because of tax evasion and all that as well.
Really?
Well, Monaco have done it slightly different because they've got so many young kids there and they've all brought them through and they've been so lucky. But yeah.
Oh, Jack, I tried to join in and you fucking
and the
shit on me there.
And the last question: are you, Jack Sullivan, one day going to take over West Ham United?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had that discussion with your dad?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Like
more so than your brother.
Because Dave, I think Dave finds the pressure quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, you're working at the club. He's in nightclubs, having
the time of his life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you're 18 in November. You might go that way as well. Yeah. When we met Dave before, he came with like a Louis Vuitton sort of handbag and all that, and you just rock up in a or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You just rock up in
a clutch.
Do you like it?
Is that super dry or?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's alright. That's just off the market.
George have a sale on, didn't they?
So yeah, you as we, not to go back into it, but you do seem like the boy.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably split. I don't know. I've never seen Dad's will. I hope it doesn't happen for a hell of a long time.
It's a great read.
Yeah.
It's a great read. But yeah, so.
But yeah, no.
Find out Bruce Willis was a ghost.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? Time will tell. But yeah, no. I've got the thing with football, and the thing why I went into it, and why I didn't do A levels, and why I get tutored, but I didn't go into college.
You didn't do A levels because your dad's a billionaire. I'm gonna be all right. No. That's a waste of my fucking time.
No, but the thing with it is,
give me that fidget spinner.
I actually bought one the other day. They're unreal. Black and gold one.
He has handled himself so well through this whole interview, and now it's 17-year-old. Oh yeah, I got a fidget spinner. As soon as you said
I'm surprised they don't have them here, to be honest.
I'm sure they do.
It's a perfect place.
There's probably a few knocking about, mate. Yeah, them and Tamagotchis. And
it cost me a £5 though, and then broke. I was like, oh no.
It cost you a £5. Fucking hell. You'll do all right. You'll do all right. Jack, I hope one day I see you in charge of West Ham, mainly because we'll hopefully still be friends and I will get a season ticket. Good luck. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Cheers, JaackMaate.
Cheers.
JaackMaate.
Nice. Let's go get them fidget spinners.